Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Dana, and today I have a really exciting video. I worked really hard on it. I'm really excited to share it, and it's me doing character designs from the game Among Us. Now, if you don't know what this game is, I don't know how you haven't heard of it by now, but basically it's a deception game where there are 4 to 10 players, and one, 2, or 3 of them are imposters. So if you play crewmate, you are trying to find those imposters, and if you're the imposter, you are trying to kill as many crewmates as you can without getting caught. And I've been really addicted to the game. It has a lot of different skins and hats and stuff, so I thought it would be really fun to give each colored crewmate a personality. Now in the game there's actually 12 colors, but I'm going to do all of them, but I want to split them up into 4 for each video just to save my sanity. But they will be coming out one after another, so you shouldn't really have to wait too long for the next video. But for this video I just wanted to do some of the favorite colors to play, and in each video I have a secret imposter, so you can guess who that is in the comments. So first, starting off, I'm gonna start with yellow. So yellow is obviously the yellow crewmate, and this is the color that I usually main just because this is my favorite color, and I always give them like a little banana peel on the top just because I think it's cute and I love monochromatics. But yeah, yellow players, honestly, I'm a yellow player, so I'm referencing myself here. I'm usually crewmate, and so I try to finish all my tasks on time. But if I notice somebody being suspicious, like they're just walking around or they're staying put for a very long time, I'll keep an eye out for them. So if I see somebody being really sketchy, I'll wait around the corner to see like if they left through the vents, or to see if they just were a regular crewmate. A lot of the times I am actually right when somebody's being very sketchy, but sometimes it can get me in trouble because I can usually be killed really easily. Or if I say it in chat, like if I say like white is sus or something, people tend not to believe me because they weren't around seeing them being weird, so then I get voted off instead of them, and it's really frustrating sometimes, but I mean that's what I get for snooping around. I think a lot of yellow players are usually very tactical, but sometimes they can be a little too into the investigating part and get themselves killed. So yeah, for my little yellow crewmate, I'm sorry I couldn't get any more footage of me like coloring her in, because I was live on Instagram while drawing her, and I'll be live again today drawing one of the other crewmates. So if you're into that, you can check me out on Instagram. But yeah, so I was really tempted to make her look like me, but I knew I probably should not do that. So I basically based her character design off of circles, and I gave her really pretty blonde locks, and then I gave her glasses to make her seem like a more analytical type of crewmate. And then also just her body in general is like a rounder, plumper shape. So moving on to the next color. So the next color that I decided to do was red. Now I have really sketchy relationships with red players because I think they're all crazy, and I always suspect them as imposters. A lot of the times reds are imposters just because of the nature of the person, I feel like, who is attracted to the color red. It's very boisterous and aggressive, and like if you get a boisterous and aggressive type as an imposter, they can be really, really dangerous. A lot of the time reds really like to point fingers, even if there is not a lot of evidence to be found. They just always want to vote somebody out, and that might get them kicked off because a lot of people suspect somebody who's constantly pointing fingers with little to no evidence. It's very sus. So that could help get a red voted off. But if they're an imposter, they play rather aggressively, and sometimes they can get caught because they might vent too much without checking the area first, or they just might be overzealous and actually kill somebody in front of somebody else with a witness. So reds are very aggressive players, but a lot of the times when they're crewmates, they are just trying to help everybody win. So when I was designing this red character, I wanted his shape to be based off a square, so you can see that in his head and mainly in his body. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I added little flags for each one. I added like a different pride flag, and then I added their country flag just because I thought it'd be a really cute character design moment and a cool way to add a pop of color and break up a lot of the monochromeness. And I decided to give him ram horns just because rams, when I think of horns and you have to ram into somebody, it's just a very aggressive kind of thing that I assume with it. I wanted to give him devil horns just because they're red and they kind of match the character, but it wasn't like a skin that you could get on all platforms for the game, so I decided to just go with the more typical ram horns instead. I think he turned out really good and menacing, and I really like his design with the really chunky boots. Next in our artillery is pink. Now pink is a really interesting color to me because once you first look at a pink crewmate, you usually don't think they're the type of person to usually be imposter, but from what I've learned and from what I've played, a lot of the times pinks are imposters and they're really bad liars. A lot of the time you can catch pinks who are imposters. You can just catch them caught up in a lie. Like if you ask what task they were doing, they'll say asteroids, but somebody will say, well, I didn't see the guns moving, so you obviously faked it. Or a lot of the times they'll accidentally vent where somebody is standing, so they actually have a witness to their crimes. And also sometimes pinks, when they're imposters, they're not really good at faking it, basically. They're really bad liars. But when they're crewmates, they're very honest and people just distrust them in general. But I think pinks can be really nice and they're really great crewmates, honestly. Usually they get their tasks done on time, and if they're playing crewmate, usually they're ones to take charge. If the game is really close to the end and people are able to end it by just doing tasks, usually they'll try to figure out who has tasks left and protect them and help them finish them. So they're way better crewmates than they are imposters. When I was designing pink, obviously her color was going to be pink and her shape was going to be a heart. I gave her the cherry hat, but I made it kind of sort of like little bows in her hair just because I thought that would look really nice. And yeah, I really like her design. Originally she was based off of a triangle, and you can still kind of tell in her body shape, but I think hearts and pink just go way better. She's one of the better of the four. If I have no other option, I'll play pink. And the last crewmate that we have today that I am doing is white. Now, white is like a last resort color for me. The order that I go in is I main yellow, then brown, then pink, then white, and then after that, like, it doesn't really matter to me. But white is a very interesting type of crewmate. They're kind of similar to yellow in the way that they're very analytical, and if they're crewmates, they really pay attention to the other members of the ship to see if anyone's being suspicious. But a lot of the times, if whites are crewmates, they will call out people who are being very suspicious, but people will not really take them seriously. And so it can be really frustrating for whites because whites only talk when they absolutely have to, I've noticed. None of them are like over engaged in chat like reds are. They're very standoffish, but if they know information, they will share it. But even when they do share it, they're kind of brushed off. So I bet it's really frustrating to play white. When whites are imposters, they're also very deadly just because of the nature of white players. They're just naturally quieter, so you wouldn't really suspect a white player being a little bit quieter. Usually if somebody's quiet in chat, I suspect them, but since it's white, I'm usually like, well, that's probably just how they play. But whites usually are very sneaky. They will not come out of vents unless they absolutely have to, or they absolutely know it's safe. And they like to travel around a lot around the map, so they're just not in one spot too many. And they're also very analytical imposters. They use sabotages way more than other people because it's like an indirect way to get a kill. Like if people don't get to the reactor fast enough, that's the easy way to win the game, and whites tend to do that if they are imposters. When I was designing this character, I really wanted to do an albino girl just because I've never done one before. I really loved the big, thick lashes that I gave her. I just think it makes her really droopy and it makes her look like a worried mom. Also, just like her body type, it reminds me of like a snowball, and like I don't know, snowballs are white and I just thought it went well together. And as you can see, she's from Canada. And also for all of these crewmates, I made sure they had their little oxygen pack, but also I gave them all walkie-talkies just because that's how it's like if they were real people and you'd have communications, they'd probably have walkie-talkies to know all their tasks. So I thought that was a nice little detail to break up most of the spacesuits. And those are all the crewmates that I'm doing for today. I had another video planned for this week, but since Among Us has just been taking over my life, it's really popular, and I really wanted to get this video out before like nobody cared about it anymore. But I really like this game, and it was super fun to design all of these characters, and I will be back tomorrow with a part 2 with 4 other characters. There is an imposter among this group, and all the imposters have one thing similar, so if you watch all 3 videos you might be able to guess who's who. But let me know who you made, and if you have any name suggestions for any of these characters, please let me know down below. Also, if you want to see the finished drawings of any of these characters, I will have them uploaded to my Instagram. They are up there now as we speak. And also, if you wanted for some reason to see the live of me drawing Yellow from this group, I saved my live under IGTV if you want to check that out as well. And of course, if you want to see and follow me on TikToks to see that more exclusive content, you can follow me under the same name _hottea_ over there. And I think that is everything. So thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, leave name suggestions and guess who you think the imposter of this group is, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.